Welcome to Chart of the Day Cafe for Thursday, January 19th, 2017. I want to read our disclaimer quickly. Trading stocks is a high level of risk, and viewers should complete their own due diligence on any stock or underlying that they intend to own. 100% of the content of this video and communique is intended for journalistic and educational purposes only. This video and all indicators, strategies, and articles herein should not be construed as investment advice. Not making any recommendations, always for your further homework. Start today's video off with a big thank you for your patience with me not putting a video out on Tuesday. I'm really sorry about that. I tried my hardest. My computer's getting a little older and it gets bogged down from time to time, and it chose Tuesday morning for its bogged down time. Anyway, I think I've got it figured out now, and happy to resume our videos today. So as regular viewers well know, we always start our videos off with a look at the Russell Index. And we step back to take a look at it on a 5-year monthly time frame for that bigger picture. We've been keeping an eye on this light blue shaded line that the Russell hit in 2015, and it was rejected there, sold off. But look where we are here right now. So this is the candle for the month of November, took us through that light blue shaded line with volume. Candle for the month of December, a little more indecisive with a wick at the top and a wick at the bottom. And here we are so far for the month of January. I don't like to have cluttered charts, but we drew these lines in several videos ago, and we're keeping an eye on this pattern right here. So let's move it into the 1-year weekly so we can better see. There's that light blue shaded line, the volume that pushed us up and over that area, and then the pattern that's shaping up now. So I like this candle here that sort of marks the pattern and gives it an anchor, but we're trading in this wedge. The market will decide one way or the other which way it's going to go, and you want to be aware of that. So it's all about being vigilant and understanding where the market is and how it's behaving. So let's move it away from 1-year weekly to the 6-month daily. So there's that same area, same blue line going back all that way. So this is our major area of support. This is a more minor area of support on the daily. There's that wedge pattern that's shaping up. You know, at Chart of the Day Cafe, it's all about this blue line, which is the 8-day EMA. When price on the Russell is below the 8-day EMA, we are not putting new charts forward. When it is above and the market looks to be showing strength, we put new charts forward. Pardon me. So as you can see, price on the Russell currently is below the blue line, the 8-day EMA. So we are not putting fresh charts forward. But I want to highlight several that look perky. Past picks of Chart of the Day Cafe, they still have great scores and might be worth keeping an eye on here. So keeping an eye on this pattern. This is the Russell. We had a somewhat bullish day yesterday with a candle right on our trend line. We'll see how it behaves today. Worth noting the futures are a little bit soft this morning. 2 other ETFs I want to flag for you that I think are worth keeping an eye on. The financials, XLF. The financials have been strong, and at this point with the Russell and the markets where they are, I would think the financials would have to start picking up and showing strength. So this is an area of support on the financials, minor support on the daily chart, but so far that support is holding, so I'm going to be watching to see how the financials behave today. And the other one is IYT, the transports. So again, had a bullish day yesterday on the transport at this area of support. So that might be something to keep in mind as you think about which direction this Russell chart will go. So as I mentioned, we're not going to put any fresh charts forward, but here are 3 past Chart of the Day Cafe picks that I think are worth keeping an eye on. The first one is UPS. We're looking at the 6-month daily chart. You can see the wedge that we had drawn in here. This is where we put UPS out. I always say everyone has their own way of doing things, and I'm not making any recommendations, but sometimes you need to be patient, and in an uptrending market, eventually it will pick up and the market will recognize that value and those scores in our picks. So UPS was a classic example, sitting in this area, and then it just took off. So up and over that 8-day, sitting at this area of support again. So higher high and looking perky here. So it might be one to keep an eye on. Check the scores this morning. UPS still has our value score that we look for. It still has the growth score we look for. It's got a dividend yield of 2.71%. This is as of this morning. Everything else is in place to keep it on our watch list. The second one is Scott's Miracle-Gro. We've been doing these videos for a while now, so I'm going to go back a long way on this one. Here's the 5-year weekly chart. We featured Scott's Miracle-Gro down here at this area of support, our little green circle, back in the middle of 2015. So now let me zoom in to where we are now. Here we are. It gapped. You see the volume gapped up, but it's come in to fill that gap, and it is starting to lift. So it's looking perky here. Check the scores this morning. Scott's Miracle-Gro still has the value score we require for Chart of the Day Cafe. It's got a 2.12% dividend yield. The growth score is still there. Everything we look for at Chart of the Day Cafe is still in place with this one, even though it was a prior earlier pick. And lastly is ICE Intercontinental Exchange. Again, I'm going to go back a long way on this one. We put it forward here originally. Let's go to the weekly. We're looking at the 2-year weekly. We put it forward here originally. It kind of danced around for a while, then it took off. We reiterated it here in a video. It scooched down a little bit, but eventually caught its wind and is trading in this area right here, right now, that I think is interesting for ICE Intercontinental Exchange. Again, this is the weekly chart, but let's switch it over to the daily. Looking perky. Check the scores on it this morning, and here's where they sit this morning. The value score is still there. The growth score is still there where we want them for Chart of the Day Cafe. It's got a dividend yield of 1.19% this morning. So those are 3 past picks to keep an eye on in this area here. And as a reminder, I just wanted to say, if you like our videos, please subscribe to the channel by hitting the red button on the home page. And remember to check our discussion section. I am posting at the end of every day. I endeavor to put, I call it Sue's Notes and Observations. So for Wednesday, yesterday, I mentioned UPS and ICE. The day prior, IN and PG. So as our picks on our watch list start to perk up, I will endeavor to post them here. I would love to get our subscriber rates higher. I find picking these charts and keeping on top of them keeps me pretty busy, so I don't have time to really look into the how to make these videos more popular, but I'm going to try to in the months ahead. So help me reach my goal of I'd like to reach at least 200 subscribers by the summertime. So working on that. It would be great to have your help. Thanks very much and have a great day. We'll put our next video out on Tuesday.